So we move on to some other stories. Now we want to talk about issues regarding health and safety, with particular attention to people living with HIV. And the network of persons living with HIV/AIDS is lamenting over the shortage of antiretroviral drugs and is requesting government assistance to address the problem. And we've been joined in studio by Raymond Aholo. He is the chairman of NEPLAS Ghana, that is the Accra branch. And he has joined us to tell us really how dire is the situation of the impending shortage of antiretroviral drugs. Good afternoon, and thank you very much for your time, sir.
Good afternoon.
All right. Since when did you notice that there is a possibility that we could be short in some drugs, antiretroviral drugs?
Oh, for antiretroviral drugs, shortages has been an issue with us for the past 3 years, which we have raised a lot of concern. We organized a lot of press conferences and we did a lot of advocacy concerning these locally manufactured drugs, so that we can have availability of the drug in the system. Because antiretroviral drugs is a drug that we take continuously. Because we don't take it tomorrow, we stop taking it. Other than that, we will have developed a drug resistance. So we were appealing to the government to come to our aid in order to support a company in this country which is producing locally, to support them so that we can have a lot of drugs in the system.
You mean for the last 3 years,
yep,
you and your association were suspecting that there could be a shortage in the next few years?
Yeah, we were suspecting, because for the past 3 years they always do the procurement outside the country, and there are frequent shortages of drugs. When we get to NACP, we call the authority, they will tell us that 2 weeks later drug will be available. Even when the drug gets to the port, even how to transport the drug from the port to the facility become an issue. Then we came out appealing, advocating, telling the government to support the another pharmaceutical company, since they are the leading company which is producing ARV locally. They should support them so that they can produce the ARV, so that we can have availability of the drugs.
Is it that they already produce some, but you want them to have the sole right to produce more, or they are not producing at all, but you think they can produce to supply your demand?
You know, what is happening is that they are producing in this country, but they don't buy from them. But when there's a shortages, before they rely on them and buy a few for us.
Okay.
That's how it
Who is this they? Who buys the drugs for NAPLAS?
The drug NACP, that's National AIDS Control Program.
Okay.
Yeah, they are in charge for procurement.
Okay, so they get the drugs for
exactly
you. And then you are asking that they at least focus on a production company in Ghana that can get it for you.
Exactly.
Have you raised this concern with them, and what have they told you is their challenge?
We did a lot of press conference, we did a lot of advocacy on these locally manufactured drugs. And what we were happy was last year, December, even His Excellency for Nyasingbe came into this country and he visited the Adam Pharmaceutical Company to witness and see how big they can produce. And they were even happy. Even for Nyasingbe, His Excellency for Nyasingbe even recommend that they should try and come and have a company in Togo so that they can manufacture, so that they can help the people at Togo. So we were also suspecting that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama should also support the company so that we can have the drug in our country. Since the nearby countries are buying from Ghana, then we should support Dan Adam so that even productivity of labor can be increased. Okay. We did a lot and everything is still in vain.
You've not been given any positive feedback?
Not at all.
Okay. How regularly do you depend, or are you supposed to take the antiretroviral drug?
Oh, antiretroviral drugs, you are supposed to take it morning and evening. But what happens is that you are in a company, you are working with a company, or you are working with an institution, then you keep on asking permission frequently. I'm going for a hospital for my drug. It can even lead you to a termination of your appointment at the company level. Therefore, when we go to facilities, we normally apply for 3 months. Even when you are traveling, they can give you 4 months. But when there's a shortages, they can even give you 1 month or 2 weeks, What is our challenge?
For how long can you... Okay, I want to ask the question this way. How long can you live without it? Or up until when should you ensure that you take it, or else what would happen?
No, actually, I am not a doctor, but what we were told is that the drug need to be taken every day. Therefore, if you take it today, maybe you may not take it for the next 2 days. You may develop drug resistance, and that can lead you to different things altogether that we call second line, which is more dangerous.
I see. And we are told that nothing concrete has come to your side. They've not given you any response yet. Is that the case?
No. What we are saying here is that we are entreating the government of today to support the company which is producing locally in our country here, to support him so that we can have the drug in the system. There wouldn't be any shortages at all. Okay. Because we being the executives, the moment there's a shortages, people will be calling every day, what are you doing? What are you doing about our drugs?
Have a long-term effect.
That is it.
Okay.
So this is our main target. Yeah.
Okay, so I've been speaking with Raymond Aholu. He's the chairman of NAP Plus Ghana, People Living with HIV/AIDS Ghana, the Accra branch, and he's been telling us about the fact that there could be a shortage of antiretroviral drugs, and they are hoping that at least government helps local companies to produce or manufacture the drugs here in Ghana, so at least availability will be a lot more, or they can access it quite easily. As compared to how they have to wait for it to be procured from outside. So we see how this also turns out in the next videos. Thank you very much, sir, for your time.